Imagine controlling hundreds of colorful LEDs using just one single wire. Not 3 wires, not dozens, just one. And with that single data line, you can create any lighting effect you want, animations, patterns, waves, even video-like visuals. At first, this sounds impossible, because traditionally, to control an RGB LED, you need 3 separate control lines. That's because inside a normal RGB LED, there are 3 different LED chips, red, green, and blue. So how does one wire suddenly control hundreds or even thousands of LEDs? The secret lies inside the LED itself. Let's compare a regular LED with a smart LED. A conventional RGB LED usually has 6 pins, but an addressable smart LED like the WS2812 has only 4 pins. Why? Because inside this tiny LED package, there's not just light-emitting chips. There's also a built-in WS282 control chip. This chip contains 24 internal latches. When data is sent into the LED's data input pin, those 24 bits are temporarily stored inside the chip. Once the data is locked in, the chip completely takes over and controls the brightness of the red, green, and blue LEDs automatically. Now here's the interesting part. If one LED needs 1 data wire, then wouldn't 64 LEDs need 64 wires? That would be a wiring nightmare. To solve this, the WS2812 uses a daisy chain architecture. The data output of the first LED connects directly to the data input of the next LED, then to the next, and the next. This means a single data wire can control an entire chain of LEDs. But how does the data know which LED it belongs to? That's where the single wire communication protocol comes in. In normal digital communication, a high voltage usually means logic 1, and a low voltage means logic 0. But with WS2812 LEDs, logic 1 and logic 0 are defined by precise timing, not voltage level alone. A logic 1 is created by holding the signal high for about 800 nanoseconds, followed by low for 450 nanoseconds. A logic 0 is created by holding the signal high for about 400 nanoseconds, followed by low for 850 nanoseconds. Each bit always takes 1.25 microseconds, which means the communication speed is 800 kilohertz. To control a single LED, you need to send 24 bits of data. That's 8 bits for red, 8 for green, and 8 for blue. After all the data is sent, a low signal lasting more than 50 microseconds tells the LEDs that the frame is complete. If you want to control 2 LEDs, you send 48 bits. For 64 LEDs, you send 1,536 bits. Here's the clever part. Once the first LED receives its 24 bits, it stops listening. Any remaining data is automatically forwarded to the next LED in the chain. This process repeats down the line, allowing hundreds of LEDs to be controlled independently using a single data wire. With 64 LEDs, the refresh rate is around 508 frames per second. That means the pattern can change 508 times every second. Even with 1 to 24 LEDs, the refresh rate is still over 30 frames per second, which is similar to standard video playback. However, this is very close to the practical limit of the WS2812 protocol. In theory, you can chain unlimited LEDs. But in reality, once you go beyond about 1,000 LEDs, signal degradation becomes noticeable. Power is another major limitation. At full white brightness, a single LED can draw up to 60 milliamps. So 1,000 LEDs can require 60 amps of current. At that point, you must carefully manage signal integrity and power distribution, or the system will fail. This is why another chip, called WS2811, is often used for large installations. Unlike WS2812, the WS2811 is an external driver chip, separate from the LED itself. That's why outdoor LED strips often place one WS2811 chip every few LEDs. The WS2811 also supports higher voltages, such 12 volts or even 24 volts. Higher voltage means lower current, which greatly reduces power loss over long distances. There's another major advantage. If one LED fails in a WS2812 strip, it can break the entire data chain and cause all downstream LEDs to stop working. But with WS2811-based designs, even if one LED group fails, the rest of the strip continues to operate normally. Because of this, WS2811 is better suited for large-scale installations, long-distance power delivery, and high-reliability systems. WS2812, on the other hand, is perfect for DIY projects, art installations, LED matrices, and dynamic displays. And that's how single-wire addressable LEDs work. Simple wiring, precise timing, and a surprisingly powerful idea hidden inside a tiny chip Like the video if you learned something new, subscribe for Real Engineering Explained Simply, and comment what you want to see next. Thank you.